So we're going to get started. The first thing we're going to try out, then I have to be honest, this thing is not something I'm going to put on my face, and I'll explain why. This is basically a tinted primer, which is an interesting idea, that you'll have a primer, get to look after your skin and smooth out anything, pores and all sorts of stuff, and then have a bit of color to it. However, this is not for me. I'm a girl who likes coverage, and that means I like foundation, and this is way too light for me. It won't do anything for me whatsoever, but I bought it just to demonstrate for you guys. So if you are into light makeup, then and you've got great skin, or even if you don't have great skin but you're happy with your skin and you don't feel like wearing something heavy, then this will be something that you'll be interested in. It is an interesting idea. This is also the darkest one I could find, which is a light to medium shade, which again wouldn't be right for me anyway. So yes, this is of no use whatsoever. Retails at £9.99. So let's just go and demonstrate that and rub it into the skin. Oh, okay, it feels very smooth, almost like it's got silicone in there as well, but it's not really super thick and horrible, and doesn't make your skin feel all clogged up. It is got really smooth actually, and it dries it darn quick. It's literally drying now, and it dries to like a velvety soft finish, but you can see there's hardly anything there, so this wouldn't do anything for me. So sorry, but no. Complexion stuff, looked at it, went nah, not for me. Okay, next. So as a replacement, I got this, boom boom. This is the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour foundation, which was suggested to me by one of the subscribers, Jasmine. Thank you very much. She actually sent that message via Instagram, so I do appreciate that. So I thought, you know what, I might as well give this a try. This color here is Cocoa, which is the darkest shade they had. And at one point during different lighting, I thought this would be all right, but this is take 2 of this video, which is why this is open. Thank you. And looking at it now, I'm looking at that, and that's a super red. It is slightly runny. It is thick, but it is runny. As you can see, it's going slowly, but that is too red. Way too red. And then believe it or not, the shade before that is this one. What a massive difference between these two. I mean, hello, you could have fitted 2 shades in between the two. For some reason, Maybelline does that. I find, for me anyway, Maybelline does that. And this particular shade is caramel. So there's too much red there, and there's just too light. So I'm going to try and put 1 pump in there, and hopefully that will be enough. And then we're going to test this one out. I won't be able to do a full day's kind of testing for this foundation. It is very late now. We're coming out to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's what I've got here. Let's see if I can mix that together, because we don't want it to be streaky. Yeah, so woo, I don't know if this is going to work. Oh my God. Thank God I'm not going out. If this doesn't work, thank goodness I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, that's a bit better. So hopefully that's going to be okay. If it isn't, we'll make it work. We'll do something with it. And I've primed my face with Becca Evermatte Poreless, and no color correcting. I want to see what the coverage is like. So let's try this out. Oh, I don't know about this. It's looking a bit ashy. Oh lordy, but the coverage is quite nice. Not as much as, for example, the Huda, for example. So you can layer it up, or should I say you can build it up. But yeah, that's looking a bit ashy. Still not quite right. I'm gonna oh well. Never mind. We'll just get on with it. Alright, so foundation is on. This area, if you might notice, is slightly lighter. That's because I changed the ratio a bit more the lighter shade to try and highlight those, so that I don't have to actually use a concealer. I'm going to cut all that out. Thank you very much. Considering I'm not actually going out, no point going for a damn full face with all the makeup. That's not necessary. But the foundation feels surprisingly super light. like as if there's nothing on my skin whatsoever. And the coverage wise, I think is, for me, it's medium to full coverage that's buildable. But although for some reason I don't feel as if I want to build it up, I'm not happy with the color shade at all. And yeah, it's something's just not quite right with it. But there isn't much else I can do. I'm just going to try and do the best that I can. This is it. You can still see, I can still see kind of like underneath my skin. So if you're looking for a full coverage foundation that doesn't feel too heavy, then this is it. So let's just go for the next item, which is this one, which is the Eye Contour Palette number 1 in Warm. And that's it. That's how big it is. It retails for £13.99. And just to open it up, you've got the shades here. First impression, they look very small, very, very small. I generally don't normally like eyeshadows with this kind of particular shape. I like the round ones because it's a lot easier for me. But hey, you know, that's just personal preference, but this is quite tiny, to be honest. And it does feel, for Maybelline, with something this small, this is quite expensive, but you are admittedly going to be paying for the name. So hopefully the powders themselves will be nice. We're definitely going to have to go for a very neutral look. And I'm hoping that these colors actually go. Let's see what we're going to start with. We're going to start with this particular shade here. This one. Well, there's quite a bit that's come off of the brush there, so there's a bit of fallout actually, as you can, maybe you can see it. So let's try and see what that's like. Okay, this one literally just disappears into my skin. And to be honest, right now I can't tell whether it's because it's such a good color shade, good color match, or whether it just blends that into nothing. But there is a bit there. It may just be that it just blends in, it's too close to my own skin tone, so you can't really tell, which is not a bad thing actually, if you're looking for a transition color, and so that's not so bad. Next we're going to move on to this particular shade here, which is like a lovely pinky type of shade, and there's quite a bit of color payoff that's coming off there. And just as a warning, there's a lot of fallout with the first shade, so definitely a tapping motion. And we're just going to apply that on the lid and see how that goes, and then we can tell if there's enough pigment. It's very powdery. You can see a lot of powder flying about. Yeah. The only thing is, as I'm pressing it down, it literally starts disappearing. So it starts off okay, but then as I press it down and starts trying to manipulate it, then, and I'm just literally just tapping, as you can see, very gently tapping. And if I go over the shade, then it basically dries out, not dries out, disappears, as you can see. Very muted.
Okay, yeah.
No. Next we're going to move on to this, the darker shade here, which is like a chocolate brown. And fallout wise, actually this one has got less fallout than both the other previous two shades. So we just got that, and let's see what the color payoff is like. Do you see that? No? That's because it's not showing. That's why you can't see it. This is, oh my gosh. Okay. I'm trying here, pat it down, and still nothing. Nothing at all. I can see bits of powder flying everywhere. And there is a bit of colour, but honestly, there's hardly anything. This is just such a, I'm sorry, but no. Let me try the bottom end and then see. Okay, so you can see a tiny little bit, but what you see on the skin in comparison to how it is on the palette, it really, it's rather disappointing. They don't correspond at all. I mean, There is a brown here. I can see the shade, but it should be, it's a very, very dark brown. This dark brown, if you've got, ooh, which palette? Urban Decay. It's got Urban Decay, one of the little palette, the smaller ones, 20 odd pounds. They've got really dark chocolate, or it might be in other Urban Decay palettes where it's like a really dark brown, almost black. Well, this one is quite dark, not as black, almost as black as that one, but it's dark enough for me to expect more color payoff than this. And to be honest, I'm patting this down, trying to build it up, and it's slowly coming along. But really, it's just, ooh, the really, I'm sorry, but no. Now I can see a bit of color payoff, but you have to dip in again and again and again in order to get more color payoff. This is, yeah. Sorry, but already no. This is a fail. I'm sorry, it is what it is. But I'll just carry on doing the rest of my face, and then I'll come back to you guys, and then we can try the lipstick and also the eyeliner as well. Now we're just applying the eyeliner, and as you can see, I've made a big mess of it. Typical, typical, typical. So God knows what I'm going to do to fix that. It is very dark. Very, very precise. It would help if my mirror was a lot closer to me, but I'm making a right mess of this. It's actually quite easy to apply. Not a bad eyeliner actually so far. Not bad at all. So let's try and fix this eye, and then we'll apply the lipstick. Now it's time for the lipstick. And I've lined my lips, so I know they look a bit funny, don't they? With this lip pencil, which is from New Look lip liner. Yeah, so I've never used it before. I bought it. I couldn't find the right lip pencil, I should say. So I found this one, and the color shade is in Crimson. That's the one from New Look. They are really soft. But I'm not too sure about the red. Okay, well, never mind. So let's just go with this one. The color for this lipstick is called Lani Gigi 24. So yeah, so just going to apply that and see what it looks like. Or not bad. There you have it. So it is actually brighter than I normally would go for, but I can always play about with it. Formula wise, it is very opaque. It is really, really well pigmented. It is a lovely, lovely lipstick. I actually really like the lipstick. I can always create an ombre effect and find myself a darker pencil and play about with it. And so it is lovely. I really do like this. Yeah, okay, so you know what, we're just going to move on to the conclusion and give you my ideas, my thoughts about this. For me, this is based on my experience. As always, you might find that these products act completely different from how they acted on me. I can only give you my honest opinion based on my use of these products. And for me, the actual first thing that we started off with, the Tinted Primer, is not for me, as I said earlier, but each to their own. This is no use to me because, first of all, I like an actual foundation. I like some coverage, and on top of that, the shade range is just not there for someone of my skin tone. So this is a no for me. Also the foundation itself, although it's not part of this collection, it is still Maybelline. There's something about this foundation that I don't quite like, and I'm not comfortable with. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether I didn't get the ratio right between the lighter shade and the darker shade, because it's just, there's something not right that I don't like about it. Also, I can see that there's quite a bit of shine already here for me, and I can see it right where the eyebrows are. And this has been less than 1 hour since I applied the foundation. So for me, I don't think that's indicating that it's going to last a long while. However, I'll reserve full judgment on that. And as I said before, we'll pin a comment at the top of the video if it behaves in a certain way. yeah, the eyeliner itself is actually quite a good eyeliner, despite the fact that I've now got a really thick full effect, which is not what I was going for. But you know what, sometimes things go wrong. Sometimes your eyebrows don't match up whatsoever. Sometimes your eyeliner goes completely askew. Sometimes you put your mascara on and it goes all over the place. And sometimes the postman rings the bell at the wrong time when you're sitting on the toilet and you can't get off. Not ever a good idea. Well, it isn't. All right. It's one thing, you know, postman, shower when you're in a shower on a cold day. You don't want to come out midway. And certainly you don't want to be on a toilet when you're doing a you know what and you can't get off. And you definitely need to come downstairs because it's one of those ways they need a signature. Woo! No. So I digress. What I mean by that is sometimes things go wrong, hence the eyeliner. But it's actually quite well pigmented. It's actually easy to apply, and I do actually like it. And yes, so that's a yes from me so far. Yes for that. What else? The lipstick is a definite yes, as I said. The no way, not no is this. The eyeshadow palette. It is no way. £13.99 is a no-no for me. It is powdery. It is not well pigmented at all. Even though I was patting, and these are the matte shades, by the way, patting it on, it literally, the more you pat it on, the more it kind of disappears and goes off somewhere else. It is patchy. Took a lot more work than I needed to just to get this particular color payoff. I had to go over it again and again. Not the easiest thing to blend at all. And yes, I know it's not perfect, but you know what, I got to the point where I just couldn't be bothered with this. Honestly, it was a lot more work than it needed to be. And I also don't like the way that it is designed, because of the fact that they are so small. You tend to find that if you haven't got a particular kind of brush, you find that you may dip into a different one, and into two different ones at the same time, and it gets a bit messy. I don't like it. They're just too tiny, and for me it doesn't feel as if it's worth the £13 personally, but you make up your own mind. Anyway, that is my conclusion. Yes, so I'm pleased with 2 items, which is not the worst of the worst. It could have been worse. I could have disagreed or not liked all of them, but I hope that you find today's video useful. As usual, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment on your way out if you haven't. I really do appreciate it, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye.